What's happening, sports fans? How you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy. Good day to you. And the NBA trade deadline has came and went during a flurry of moves that went down on Wednesday night. We're going to talk about those and update you on some others. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that follow button, and subscribe to the channels if you have not already done so. So let's jump right into this. The Indiana Pacers traded James Wiseman and cash to the Toronto Raptors. That happened right at the deadline time, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Phoenix Suns, didn't know, there was word that Kevin Durant could possibly be moved during this trading season, and it didn't happen. Suns informed all interested teams that they were not looking to move him. That was announced on the NBA today. The LA Clippers traded Kevin Porter Jr. to the Milwaukee Bucks for MarJon Beauchamp as well before the deadline, and the Memphis Grizzlies traded Marcus Smart and a 2025 first-round pick to the Washington Wizards in a multi-team trade that sends 2 second-round picks to Memphis, sources told ESPN's Shams Charania. So those were some of the last transactions that happened right before the deadline window closed. Now let's talk about the biggest ones that already happened in a busy week of trading. We got the Mavs, who traded 5-time All-NBA first-teamer and 5-time All-Star Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers for 10-time All-Star and one-time NBA champion Anthony Davis. That went down on Saturday night. The Mavs received Max Christie and a Lakers 2029 first-round pick. The Lakers received Maxi Kleber and Markieff Morris. Now, the DF Dub and the fans of the Mavericks are really still fuming over this, and Nico Harrison, who's the GM that pulled this off, is going to have a hard time getting these fans to really buy into this trade. So again, that was the biggest one that went down on Saturday night. Now the big one that went down on Wednesday night, last night, the Heat. They finally traded disgruntled guard Jimmy, I get buckets Butler, Jimmy the Butler did it, all those adjectives. He was traded to the Golden State Warriors. The Heat received Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and a protected first-round pick. And oh, by the way, Jimmy Butler will sign an extension with the Golden State Warriors at 2 years, $111 million. That was the big issue from the beginning of why he wanted out, according to reports. The Heat was not planning on signing him to that extension. And oh, by the way, Dennis Schroeder, not only was he traded to the Heat, he was eventually traded to the Jazz, then eventually traded to the Pistons. So Dennis Schroeder is not really packing bags in one place, but eventually he's going to end up with the Pistons. Now, the other big trade that went down a couple of nights ago, the Sacramento Kings traded De'Aaron Fox to the San Antonio Spurs in a 3-team trade. The Kings received Zach LaVine from the Bulls. The Spurs also acquired Jordan McLaughlin. The Kings also got 3 future first-round picks and 3 future second-round picks. The Bulls received Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Huerter, and a 2025 first-round pick. That was one of the top big names that was moved in this busy trading season. Now, another one that went down last night, a big one, out of the NO, the Pelicans traded Brandon Ingram to the Toronto Raptors for Bruce Brown Jr., Kelly Olynyk, 1 first-round pick, 1 second-round pick, and that was kind of a surprise. Well, not for those closer to the organization, because Brandon Ingram will be a free agent this summer, and most people close to that situation said that he most likely wasn't going to re-sign with the Pelicans, so at least they got some assets before he was going to be able to walk without getting nothing in return. Now, my Milwaukee Bucks, I was born in Milwaukee, they traded Chris Middleton to the Washington Wizards for Kyle Kuzma. The Bucks get Patrick Baldwin Jr. as well, a pick swap, and second-round draft compensation. Chris Middleton was one of the cornerstones of this franchise for the last, 10 years or so. He helped this team win a championship back in 2021. And the Bucks are going to miss his leadership. But the last couple of years, he's been injured quite a bit. So now Kyle Kuzma, plug him in. What would that threesome look like with he, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Damian Lillard? So we're going to see if Kyle Kuzma can add something to this Bucks team. And, speaking of the Wizards, Chris Middleton's going to need some prayers, because the Wizards are one of the worst teams right now in the NBA. Now, some other trades that happened that a lot of people didn't talk about. The Mavs traded Quentin Grimes to the Philadelphia 76ers for Caleb Martin. The Clippers traded P.J. Tucker and Mo Bamba to the Utah Jazz for Drew Eubanks and Patty Mills, second-round pick and cash. And oh, by the way, P.J. Tucker has already been traded. He's gonna end up back with the Heat, if I'm not mistaken. So Jazz have he was a Jazz, and now he's back with the Heat, where he played for a couple of years. Also, the Lakers traded their rookie first-round pick of this season, Dalton Knecht, a Cam Reddish, a 2031 unprotected first-round pick, a 2030 pick swap to the Charlotte Hornets for center Mark Williams to team with to get some size. I don't think they think Jackson Hayes is going to be that guy to get some size now to help Luka Doncic and LeBron James now with the Los Angeles Lakers. So that is what happened this NBA trading season 2024-2025. Again, this is one of the busiest ones that I can recall in a long time. A lot of players making changing uniforms. A lot of teams trying to jockey for position and add some pieces to see if they can make a run for that Larry O'Brien trophy in June. I'd like to know what you guys think about this season's NBA trade deadline. Who was the winners? Who was the losers? Talk to me in the comments. I'm Kendrick, the sports guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.